Hello guys, and welcome to another profile tree video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to develop high converting content strategies. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So step one is to understand your audience. Now, before you even start to create the content, you need to understand who you're creating it for. So identifying and understanding your audience is the first step in developing a content strategy that converts. So why does this matter? Now, you can create the best content in the world, but if it's not tailored to your audience's needs, preferences, and pain points, it will convert. So by understanding your audience deeply, you'll be able to craft content that speaks directly to them. So what we have here is Google Analytics. These are one of the platforms that you can use to understand your audience and see exactly what's going on with your website as well. Now, you can also use the likes of Meta Business Suite, especially if you have any of your social media platforms. Now, this one in particular, the Meta Business Suite, is for Facebook and Instagram. Now, what this is great for is if you select the Insights tool, you'll actually be able to see your performance. So that's your views, your reach, net interactions, as well as your follows. Now, try to gather as much data as possible to see who's actually engaging with your content and what topics they care about. Now, the great thing about this sort of platform is you'll be able to see your audience. So this gives us an idea of our demographics for our Facebook account and our Instagram account. With the trends, we'll be able to see exactly what times we should be posting at. So that's also crucial for your content strategy. Now, jumping back on Google Analytics, this is, of course, website-based. So this is where we'll be able to see our active users, our new users, and views. Now, we'll be able to check out reports as well to see our engagement. And with the engagement, we can have an overview on active users. And this is where we can actually see what sort of pages or blogs that our audience is interested in and how we can improve the content within it and or make more content around that topic. Now, your next step is to make sure that you're optimizing for SEO. So SEO is a crucial component of any high converting content strategy. Now, even the best content won't drive results if it's not visible in search engines. So why exactly does this matter? Optimizing your content for SEO ensures that your target audience can find your content when they search for relevant keywords. Now, ranking well on search engines increases organic traffic and drives more qualified visitors to your site. Now, you can actually see that we have one of the SEO tools up here, which is Ubersuggest, and I've run our website through this. Again, it gives me an understanding of what exactly is the issues of the website. With the content itself, I need to make sure that I have relevant keywords in my headlines, my subheadings, meta descriptions, and image alt text. And if you do want to go and research some keywords, especially for content, I'll have the option. Now, of course, it's going to be different for every SEO tool out there, but we've got keywords overview, we've got keyword ideas, keyword visualization. So if I go into keyword ideas here, I'll actually be able to see if there's any new keywords to discover for this website. So I'll just wait for this to load. So it's actually pulled out content here. So reverse image search, 123 reg. So these are pretty much all of the keywords that I can use for the website or keyword ideas. And on top of this as well, make sure that you're researching competitors to see what the keyword gap is between your website and their website. And just a bit of a tip, make sure that you optimize for user intent by creating content that directly answers your audience's questions or solves their problems. Now, our next step is to craft compelling call to action buttons. Now, once you've attracted your audience, you need to get them to take action. So that's where your CTA or call to action comes into play. Now, a strong CTA drives conversions by guiding your audience to the next step. So why exactly does this matter? Now, even if you've written the most engaging and informative content without a clear control to action, your audience won't know what to do next. Now, your CTA needs to be clear, action orientated, and relevant to the content itself. So, just a bit of a tip: use strong, action orientated language like download now, get started, or shop today. Now, just with our website, once you're scrolling through, you can see from our homepage here, we've got award-winning content marketing agency. Now, if you want to learn more, then you can click on our story. So that directs them to another web page. Or if I scroll down, you can see that we have agency services. So if I click on that, again, this directs me to the correct page that I need to see. Now, you want to make sure that you place control to action buttons strategically throughout your content or website. Now, you can include them at the beginning, middle, and end of your content to guide users through the journey. Now, make sure that you test your CTAs with A/B testing to see which ones convert best. Now, it's going to work a bit differently with content itself for blogs. So with the blogs, you'll have what we call internal links. And of course, you want to make sure that the user experience is good for the user. So make sure that you're adding table of contents, make sure that you're linking to relevant videos, and make sure that you're also internal linking to other blogs or even internal pages. Now, next up is promoting your content. Now, creating great content is only half the battle. Now, the other half is promotion. Now, you need to get your content in front of your target audience as best as you can. So why exactly does this matter? Now, if no one sees your content, it can't convert. So by actively promoting your content across various channels, you can increase its reach and the chances of engaging your audience. Now, what we have up here is one way that you can promote your work or promote your content, which is the use of email marketing. You can also provide email newsletters, and as well as this, you can also use social media platforms in order to push your content. Now, another thing that you can do is, of course, leveraging on influencers as well as guest blogging, and that'll expand your reach even further. Now, I make sure that you're tagging people with your content that you've created, especially on social media. And as well as that, of course, guest blogging will be another important feature to promote your content. Now, as I said before there, make sure that you're using paid ads. So you've got the likes of Facebook ads. You can also use Google ads to promote high converting content or lead magnets. Now, last but not least, analysis and optimizing your content. So analysis and optimization are key to developing a successful long-term content strategy. Now, once your content is live, it's crucial to track its performance and adjust your approach based on data. Now, why does this matter? Now, by tracking key metrics like traffic, engagement, and conversions, you can identify which content is performing well and which needs improvement. Now, what we have here is Google Analytics, but there is another platform as well which you can use, and that would be the Google Search Console. Now, this is great for having a look at your queries. So if I go onto the search results here for performance, I can actually see my top queries, which have been searched for. And this gives me an idea then on what people are interested in terms of content. I could also see my pages as well. So what are the top pages on the site and what's getting the most impressions as well as clicks. And I can also see which country would be best to target. Again, you're targeting all audiences, but if one particular content is more popular in that specific country, then you want to target that area as best as you can. Just make sure that you're using all these tools, like Google Analytics, Search Console. You can even use Google Trends, Hotjar, and all these platforms are great just to see who exactly is interacting with your content. As well as that, with the likes of analytics, this is where you can check your bounce rate, time on page, and conversion rate to assess the content performance. And if you do have a website, just make sure as well that you're running that through the likes of SEMrush, Ahrefs, Ubersuggest, or even TT metrics, just to check the performance. That's also a key factor to your content. So let's just say someone opens up your blog and it's taking a very long time to load, then you'll have an increased bounce rate, which you don't want. So you'll have a higher bounce rate on that website. And also, don't be afraid to update older content. So optimizing existing blogs will freshen up that data and especially add more keywords to that blog itself. So more detailed information can significantly improve rankings and conversions. But guys, that's pretty much everything for the video. If you find it helpful, let us know in the comment section below. We'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.